God, get those fucking reporters out of here. Jesus, have some respect. What kind of sick son of a bitch would do something like this? Yo, what is up, Sexy Beast? Special Detective Agent Bald Rabbit here, and today we have another video to react to. Today's video is going to be 2 Pro For You's worst to best Black Ops 2 weapons. I actually had a lot of people ask me to do this, and I thought the other one went pretty swell, so we might as well give this one a good look-see. And now, I've not seen this video yet, but I did have someone go through and list out all the weapons for me, just so that way I could kind of get an idea of what we're looking at. And I have to say, this one broke a couple laws here. This list is not something that I can abide by, alright? And unfortunately, I can't go into every single weapon placement because there's 47 weapons. That's like 10 more than the total numbers that I can count to. So we really can't go into each weapon individually and explain why it shouldn't be here or not, but we can go over some of the more important ones. Now, I don't want this video to come off as an attack. Well, a lot of people with the Smith Plays video thought I was attacking him, thought I was going after him, and saying like he's a bad YouTuber or something. That's not the case. This is just a stupid little video that I thought would be funny to make. Well, that's about it. Everyone in the zombies community has their opinion, and you're allowed to have your own opinion. You're allowed to make whatever the fucking videos you want to make. But still, when you decide to break the laws and come into my territory, I don't abide by that. So we're going to go ahead, look at this list, see what's all wrong with it, and overall, decide that I'm the worst zombie YouTuber there is. Let's get this shit started.
Today I have a really awesome video for you guys. Today we are ranking every single Black Ops 2 zombies.
Damn, he's got a nice hairline.
Box weapon from worst to...
Alright, this is something that I did pick up on. You see number 21 and number 10, that's the ray gun Mark II, and that's the ray gun.
Best. So my list contains a total of 47 weapons, so this
47 weapons is a fucking lot, and hence that's why I said we're not going to be going over each individual.
If you guys would go ahead and drop a like, that'd be so awesome. Every like counts on a video like this, so let's see if we can break over 2,000 likes. And also,
alright, so he's asking for 2,000 likes, so you know what, fuck it, give me 1,999 likes, because why not?
Today's list does not include the ray gun or the ray gun Mark II or any...
Alright, so 2 things. 1, I really like this, how he says, like, you know, what the list is going to include and what's not. I like when people set up rules for their list, and I like this. No wonder weapons, only wall weapons, box weapons, and starting weapons, so basically the pistols. One thing that I do want to say is, in the thumbnail, he has the ray gun Mark II and the ray gun in the thumbnail, but he does not have them in the list. So, you know, just thought I'd point that out there.
Also, I will have some timestamps on the screen.
Alright, so number 1, I haven't heard what exactly it means to be worst or the best. Like you guys saw in the Smith Plays video that I made, I really need to know what it means to be in the top 5. What does it take to be the best weapon? Are we looking at like the best high round weapons, the best killing zombies weapons, the fastest killing zombies weapons, the best point weapons, the weapon that can take you to the highest round? Like, I don't understand what's the criteria that we're looking at. And hopefully he'll explain it here in a second. So the weapons in the 47 through 37 slot are considered bad weapons. And honestly, that triggers me, and you guys will see why. 36 through 11 is mid-tier weapons, and that also triggers me a little bit. And the top 10, of course, that's obviously going to be the top 10. So I can't wait till we get into that. But man, you guys are in for a treat.
Let's go ahead and start off in the number 47 spot.
So it looks like in this list, we don't have a set criteria of what we're looking at. So this list, to me, in my opinion already, is just going to be kind of random in a way. Or maybe just his favorites, which I have no problem with. Just retitle the video, your favorite weapons, man.
Off with the worst weapon or the most useless weapon in all of Black Ops 2 zombies, I have to give this to the ballistic knife. The ballistic knife obviously really isn't that useful outside of 2 things.
Solid
Providing
choice.
teammates when pack-a-punched, or getting this in the first couple of rounds for knife kills. Outside of that, this is definitely the most useless weapon in BO2 zombies. Next up, we have the War Machine, and for me, this gun is pretty simple and pretty straightforward. The non-PAP version is...
That's you can't fool me, man. You can't fool me. That's a HVK. You can't fool me. I play Black Ops 2. I know that's a HVK. That's not the ballistic knife or the War Machine. Where's the footage for the guns, please? I need to see the guns footage. I need to see the footage. footage. But maybe we'll see some of that later on. But I can completely agree with the ballistic knife and war machine, and the ballistic knife's only really good if you're playing with multiple people. If you're playing on solo, it's absolutely kind of worthless. I mean, you can knife get points, but there's like a million other weapons that I would rather have. I probably would have switched it with war machine, but still, they both should probably be exactly where they are. They're not really that good of weapons. Unless you're playing with multiple people, then the ballistic knife does have a good argument to be put up a lot higher, but it really kind of just depends on what you're looking at.
Absolutely horrible. Like, it is one of the worst things in all of COD Zombies, and on top of that, it can actually get you killed pretty easily because the grenades are constantly bouncing around.
Preach, my brother.
Actually pretty
Preach.
good, but no later than around 30 is this gun actually useful. In the 45 spot, we have the Ballista, and the Ballista is only on Origins, and for me, the Ballista is pretty much like the Springfield of Black Ops 2 Zombies. It's good as long as you're getting those one-shot headshots, it's fine. As soon as it's not killing those zombies with one shot, it becomes a really weird gun to use, especially on Origins. Of course, when you pap it, it's decent, but once you hit those 20s, it once again turns into a gun that's just pretty useless. Next up.
So the Ballista is a one-shot until around 30. That's pretty fucking good for a starting room weapon. So just think of the other starting room weapons we have seen in Black Ops 2, and now think that the one-shot headshot till 30 is behind those. I can guarantee you right now, I would rather have the Ballista upgraded, unless we're just looking at the unupgraded versions. I don't know. Are we or are we not? But I would much rather have the upgraded Ballista than the M14 or the Olympia. Are we looking at unupgraded versions, or I don't know what we're looking at, man. I need to see some footage, man. This is the Wonder Waff. This is not the Ballista.
We have the S12 shotgun, and the S12
piece of shit. I hate it.
Pretty decent gun, but there's only one thing that...
God, I was trying to back you up, man. And he says decent gun. It's not. I hate the S12. I mean, I guess it's pretty good on early rounds if you just want to, save your ass or something like that, but every other shotgun is literally better than it, and I would much rather have almost every other shotgun. So the S12 definitely deserves to be in the bad section. I guess that's how we're going to have to classify certain weapons. The Ballista should not be in the bad section. It should be in the okay section. It's not in the top 10, but it definitely does not deserve the bad section. I would definitely probably put the S12 in the bad section, but not exactly this far into the bad section. It would probably be much more closer towards the okay.
Just one-shot zombies for days. It's awesome. It does decent damage in the higher rounds. And next up, we have the Barrett 50 cal, and the Barrett is kind of an interesting gun because the reason why I have it so low is simply because of the non-pap version. The non-pap version.
So the non-pap, the reason he has this gun so low is because of the non-papped version. So are we looking at like the gun as a whole? Like, are we looking at both weapons, like the unupgraded version and the upgraded version together? Like, are we adding those two up and then giving the overall weapon a final score? If that's what we're doing, then I can kind of understand some of the weapons on this list. But even still, I think the upgraded Barrett's, it's pretty good, actually. Let me rephrase that. It's somewhat decent. I actually was able to use this thing on around 50, and it pleasantly surprised me. It was annoying as hell to use and very, very difficult, but it pleasantly surprised me with what it could actually do. But I do still definitely think this thing deserves to be in the bad section of his list, so totally agree.
Next, I have the Cap 40, and the Cap 40...
The Cap 40 I hate with a passion. Like, I skip this weapon out of the box every single time, but I would much rather have the Ballista. Hell, I'd probably rather have the Olympia or the S12 than the Cap 40. The Cap 40, I guess, is a better point weapon than those. But, I mean, it doesn't really carry that much ammo on it. I would much rather have the other weapons than this, but I do definitely think it deserves to be in the bad section.
If you get it, like, in the mid-teens or before round 10, keep it, get some points, go back to the box, and get rid of it. And
I mean, yeah, that's pretty much all the Cap 40 is used for. Just get it out of the box, waste all the ammo, and then trade it back in and hope to God you get something better.
Next, we have another starting room wall weapon, and that is the M14. And the M14, just overall, is not really the greatest gun. If you're going to buy a starting room...
Can't help but notice that. They all look almost exactly like an HVK. It's weird.
And here in BO2, it's just really nothing special. Next up, I have the Remington New Model Army for Buried, and this one is a weird gun because this pretty much just replaces the Python on Buried, except it's worse. That's gonna wrap up the bad weapon.
Timeout. Flag on the play. Traveling offsides. Double dribble. The Remington New Model Army's fucking amazing. That's not opinion, that's a fact. And he had it in the bad weapons. Not even in... I can understand the mid-tier. But my man had it in the bad... This is literally almost the same exact thing as the Python. And the Python's way higher on the list. And they're basically the same thing. I think like the reload speed's the only thing that's different. And the Remington New Model Army has a faster reload speed. I've used both these weapons extensively on high rounds. And of course, the Remington New Model Army is absolutely amazing. It's like one of the only weapons that can actually do anything. It's not the world's greatest point weapon, but it's a pistol. It's not supposed to be the world's greatest point weapon. I could go on for like fucking years about how I'm just a sad piece of shit that knows way too much about zombies and I'm just way into this. I'm just way invested in this. I could go on for a long time talking about why this is just such a terrible placement, but I'm not going to. We're going to get on to the next weapon. I'm just saying. That one kind of triggered me a little bit, but I'm good. I can give this list another chance. Let's give it some more chances.
A mid-range weapon category is the KSG that is only on Origins of the KSG.
That's not... We swapped up footage. Now it's on Black Ops 2, but that's not a KSG. That's an assault. Is that the Galil? That's weird. But why is the... Wait, hang on, wait. Why not... Move past that. Why is the KSG on here? It's like one of the most powerful shotguns, and this thing's actually really... Like, really fucking good. Like, honestly, it should be, like, way more closer to the top 10 than... What position is this? 36? I don't know why the K... Dude, just think of all the weapons that are above this. I'm just gonna list off a couple that should not be above this. The MP5, the Type 25, the fucking SMR, the FAL, the Uzi, the RP fucking G, the single 5 set... Dude. Woo! Man!
G is a decent gun. It's not amazing. For me, it's one of those random fun guns. If I do go to the box, I'll use it for a bit and just have some fun with it. Next up,
real quick, I just want to talk about the KSG. This is one of those weapons I want to talk about. The KSG is a killing zombies weapon. It's not a save you weapon. It can be used like that, but it's mainly just a kill a fuck ton of zombies. It's very, very powerful, and you could pump those slugs into those zombies. This thing, I just love the KSG, man. And multiplayer and in zombies, this thing was great. Like, not a lot of weapons are known for being great in zombies and multiplayer, but the KSG is definitely one and should have been much higher on this list.
Is the MP5, and I have one word for this gun, and that's points. The MP5
is good point weapon.
Amazing.
I will give you that.
Points
It's
on
a good
map
point weapon.
Like far. Would you go as far and pap it? Probably not. In the number 35.
Still don't think it deserves to be above the KSG, but I think this is the rough spot where the MP5 should be, so I will agree with the MP5 placement. Not some of the other weapons, KSG, Remington New Model Army, not some of those weapons, but I do believe this is exactly kind of where the MP5 should be.
Spot, we have another gun that's great for points, and that is the MP40. The MP40 is pretty much like the MP5 on Origins. It's amazing to grab as soon as you get into no man's land. It's great for getting points, killing that first Panzer, but after that, you'll probably swap it out for something else.
I mean, he's completely right. He's completely right. I would totally just grab the MP40 for points, and then I swap it out like kind of the first chance I get. Completely right about the MP40, but I don't think it deserves to be ahead of some of these other weapons. The MP40, it's a solid point weapon, and honestly, I usually keep it for a pretty long time until I get like a wonder weapon from the box or something like that, or upgrade my Mauser. I think this is exactly where the MP40 should be, somewhere around this general area. I just don't think some weapons should be ahead of it, and I don't think some weapons should be behind it. But I do love my MP4. I mean the MP40. I do love it.
The number 33 spot, we have the Type 25, and this gun is, again, a lot like the past couple of guns.
This weapon can just die and never come back.
It's not the most amazing weapon. It has a lot of recoil. Pack-a-punch.
The recoil is atrocious. I have a forgettable weapons video that you guys need to watch about this. The fucking Type 25, just no. 9. I don't know any other words for no, but no. No, there's no. No, honey boo boo, no. No, not ahead of the KSG or the Remington. No.
It's okay, but it's one of those guns you'll use in those early rounds just for points, and that's it. Next up, I have a bit of a shocker. It is the SMR, and the SMR isn't as bad as you guys think it is. The SMR Pack-a-Punched is okay, like it gets kills. The ammo is decent if you do not pack-a-punch it twice, because then your ammo gets...
Okay, I can't hold anymore. The SMR, I do think it should be pretty much exactly where it is. You know, maybe up a couple spots, maybe down a couple spots, but this is roughly the general direction that the SMR should be. Like he said, it's not as bad as everyone thinks it is. It's still atrocious. Don't get me wrong. It's still a flaming pile of horse shit. But my MP40 right here, I would rather have the MP40 11 times out of 10 than the fucking SMR. And I'm still looking at it. The Remington and the KSG are behind this.
I don't know what you guys, when I knew the Death Machine was going to be on Mob of the Dead,
I kind of can't help but notice that all these weapons look exactly the same.
Really isn't all that good. It's great for camping, but on a map like Mob, it doesn't really work. In the 30 spot,
one thing you didn't say about the Death Machine that I just want to add in there, you can't fucking move for shit with that goddamn thing. If you're playing with friends and you're all camping, like you said, it's pretty good, but if you're trying to play solo, I skip this weapon like every single time. I'm not a huge fan of this Death Machine. Even if I'm playing with friends, I still never grab it, so this is exactly kind of where it is. If we had certain criteria, you could definitely bump it up a lot higher, but I don't exactly know what we're looking at, so trying to base this off of his standards, this is kind of where it should be.
And next I have the best sounding weapon in Black Ops 2 Zombies, that goes to the FAL. So the FAL,
I agree with that point.
Pack-a-Punched, it's decent with Double Tap 2.0. Pack-a-Punched, it's a burst gun, and again, it's pretty decent as well. It's kind of a weird gun. It's a gun you never really use that much, but when you use it, you're always surprised on how...
No, I'm never surprised because it doesn't carry that much ammo, and it's a burst weapon, and it's frustrating as hell to use. I don't think the FAL should be this high. I think, honestly, it should probably be one of the first weapons you get after coming out of the bad category. I love the FAL, man. It's a fun weapon to use. It's one of my favorites, but I can acknowledge that it's not good. I mean, I love the FAL in Black Ops 2 multiplayer, but the Zombies version, no.
Next up, I have yet another gun that is exclusive to Mob of the Dead, and that is the AK-47. In fact, it's the...
I know my boy ain't giving Reznov this kind of shit. The Reznov's Revenge is actually pretty good, comrade. Let me just say, he put a bunch of other shit-tier weapons in front. The M8A1, that weapon is piece of dog shit. It's for little girls and babies. There's a bunch of other weapons that are ahead of Reznov's Revenge. Not good, comrade. Not good.
We're going to head over to Origins, and we're going to talk about the STG. And the STG in BO2, I actually really like this gun. I love the iron sights. I love it in like the first 25 rounds.
Loved it in every game it's been in.
Not a good idea, but overall, the STG is kind of an underrated gun. In the 25 spot, I have
that was quick. Wow, okay. Like I said with the AK, there's a lot of other weapons that are ahead of this that should just no. Please. Who hurt you?
PDW, and this is a solid SMG. It does what it has to do. It has a ton of ammo. It is great for points. And Pack-a-Punch, it's pretty good. This next one might surprise you guys.
Man, we're really flying through this fucking list. Really not much to say about the PDW. It's a solid point weapon, and it's definitely really good, especially on Die Rise. It's a pretty solid weapon. The PDW is pretty much where it should be.
It is the RPG, and the RPG is low-key really good in BO2 Zombies. Pack-a-Punch, this thing is...
I'm sorry, but I'm of the mindset that once we lost PhD Flopper, explosive weapons pretty much became obsolete. And yes, that means Mustang and Sally on certain maps. Like, on certain maps, you kind of need it because we really don't have much of an option. But on majority of maps, every explosive weapon becomes obsolete without PhD Flopper. It's just too dangerous to use, and there's way too many better options. I feel like the RPG should have been in the bad category, not the okay category. I mean, it's just too dangerous to use, and there's too many other better weapons. If you had PhD Flopper, this would be completely different, but we don't on the maps that you can actually use it, so...
Fully auto, and it is really effective. If you know how to use this thing properly, you can really do a lot of damage with this RPG.
But it's
Next
too
up,
dangerous.
we have the single 5.7, and the single 5.7 is a...
He said the 5.7. My man snorted a line of cocaine. He did it up the butt. He did it the right way, man. He's having some fun tonight. Why the fuck is the 5.7 here? Dude, he put the 5.7 ahead of the Remington, the KSG, the AK, the Death Machine, I guess, the AK-47, the STG, the PD. What the fuck, man? Like, come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. Why you have to be mad? It's only game.
good gun. You guys will be surprised on how good this actually is. If you pack a punch it and you have double tap 2.0, you get your headshots. It will be a very effective weapon. In the number 22 spot, we have the
like on round 2 maybe, but no.
M16, and I'm a huge fan of burst guns and zombies.
And I actually want to let him finish this before I say anything.
The M16 is a wall gun. It is great for getting points in the early rounds. Pack a punch, it's automatic. It's not that great. It does have a noob tube, but the M16 non-papped is a really awesome gun.
It's not that great, but it's really awesome. The M16 should not be ahead of the AK, and depending on what exactly you're looking at, but it definitely should not be ahead of the STG. I don't care about the fucking noob tubes. Noob tubes are garbage. They always have been. They're fun to use, but they're garbage. This weapon should not be this high. It should be down like 5 or 6 positions, but I mean, it should still be in the okay category.
In the 21 spot, I have the M1216 shotgun.
That's fair. This weapon's fucking amazing.
Like the haymaker of Black Ops 2
I don't want to go that
zombies.
far, but still, it's really good.
This thing is really awesome at clearing out zombies in front of you.
Fist bump, man. I appreciate it. Yeah!
In the 20 spot,
completely agree with you on that one. M1216 is amazing.
We have the Python and...
Alright, but I'm gonna have to disagree with you on this one because this is basically the same thing as the Remington New Model Army. Why the fuck you put that stuff?
The Python is an overall solid gun. It's not great for points. If you pap this thing, you had double tap 2.0, this thing will actually kill zombies in the 30s. Next up, I have...
So will the Remington and Ballista.
Another really underrated gun in BO2 Zombies, and that is the Remington shotgun.
It's actually pretty good. Dude, you get this thing fucking upgraded with some perks. This thing is amazing. It's basically the KRM of its time.
Have the M1927, which is probably the best point gun in all of Zombies. It was first on Mob. Nice. It's also in Origins, but this thing...
I like the weapon, but it's underpowered as fuck, man.
It's a point machine.
It is a point machine. Is that what we're looking at?
Maps, use like this gun. Next up, we have...
Is that what we're just looking at? Like, point-wise, it's amazing, but killing-wise, it's not that fucking good.
Yet another really underrated gun, and this one is the Scorpion Evo.
Yeah, this is where it should be.
It is only in Origins.
The only problem I have with it is, I mean, it has its pros and cons, and unfortunately, its pros and cons are both the same thing. It's got a fast fire rate. Kill a lot of fucking zombies really quick, but it has such a fast fire rate, especially with double tap. You lose a lot of ammo really, really quick. I feel like to kind of even that out, they should have given a lot more ammo, but still, the Scorpion is definitely an amazing weapon. This is pretty much exactly where it should be.
Spot, we have another burst gun, and this one is the M8A1. I feel like this gun is kind of also underrated. When you pack this thing and you...
I'm gonna become an alcoholic. Fuck this, man. Like, I understand, man, you've been gone from the community for a while. You've been over there doing your Fortnite thing, and it's been really good for you. I applaud you. I wish I would have made the jump to Fortnite, but unfortunately, I'm a bald piece of shit, so I didn't. But the M8A1, my man. No. 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 I've used it. More than once. Never have I ever said, man, I'd really rather have the M8 than the Scorpion, or the M1927, or the Remington, or pretty much almost any weapon in the OK category. Fuck it, I would much rather have the Ballista than this weapon. This isn't a personal preference thing. This thing fucking sucks. That's really all I have to say about it.
This gun is actually effective up until, like, round 30. And next up, I have one...
Yeah, like, majority of these weapons on this list can do better past round 30. Like, I just don't get it.
In the 14th spot, we have another sniper, and this is the DSR. The
DSR is pretty good. Let me look at the list. I probably would have it in the top 10, but it's still close enough to where I will allow it. Yeah, I'm watching you, man. I'm watching you.
DSR is incredibly good because the DSR is like a one shot to the head until round 40. The one downfall is the fire rate is slow. Once you get in those higher rounds, that one shot kills only one zombie, and it kind of slows things down.
I'd rather have a weapon that can kill on high rounds than a weapon that just does nothing.
But the DSR is one of the best snipers in COD Zombies. Next up, I have the last sniper, and that is the SV.
No! No! Mother... Maybe I rushed it. Maybe I rushed things. Let's give it a chance. Hear what he has to say, and then we can yell at him. Proceed.
The SVU, in my opinion, is just a little bit better than the DSR because of the maps it's on. Like on a map like Buried, the SVU is really overpowered. It's semi-automatic, pack-a-punch. It's amazing. It has tons of ammo, and of course, it's a wall gun. In the number 12.
This is not an opinion. It's a fact. The SVU is by far the best weapon in Black Ops 2 Zombies. It gets kills on round 50 like fucking that. Almost none of the other weapons on this list can say that, especially the ones fucking above it. Number 2, it's a wall weapon. You have infinite fucking ammo with this goddamn thing. It can get kills on high rounds and it's a wall weapon. It should be number 1 just because of those two things. Number 3, why the fuck is it in the okay category? Okay, listen here now. Listen to Uncle Rabbit. I'm a bald piece of shit, and that's, yeah, let's just get to the next weapon. I don't know where I was going with that one.
12th spot, we have the dual-wield 5.7.
God fucking damn it. I tried to give you a little... I tried, man. I really did. I feel like this list is like 50-50, man. Either the weapon's pretty much exactly where it should be, or the weapon's and just completely... Why the fuck is the 5.7... Oh my god. Like, what are we looking at on this list? I don't get it. Like, I just don't understand. What's the criteria? I feel like we're just looking at your favorites at this point.
And this might surprise some of you guys, but these weapons are really damn good.
No.
Pack a bunch of these things. Make sure you had Double Tap 2.0, and this will kill zombies in the early 30s. And the last...
Yeah, but the SVU does it on 50s as better than the 5.7s can do like on 20.
The range weapon I have is the LSAT, and the LSAT is a solid gun. It's in the 11th spot, but I don't think it is the best LMG in the game. If you do get it, it's a great gun, but I think there are other LMGs in BO2 that are better.
Why are those mid-tier, man? Why the fuck are some of these weapons mid-tier? The KSG definitely, I think, should be probably in the best. What other weapons I think should be up there? SVU, the DSR. Like I said, the list is like 50-50. Either the weapon's pretty much around the spot where it should be, or it's completely batshit fucking insane. Like, I don't know what to make of this list. And another thing, all these weapons look almost exactly alike. Man, maybe I was blind or something. Shit.
In the number 10 spot, we have the RPD.
It depends, again, what criteria you're looking at. Like, if you're looking at kill-wise, for higher rounds, LSAT is going to take the cake because it's a lot more powerful, but the RPD is a better point weapon because it's going to carry more ammo, but the RPD also has way more recoil. It just depends, man.
Not have the RPD, but every map in BO2 has the RPD, and the RPD, in my opinion, is an amazing weapon, and it's an effective gun up until round 30, and even above round 30.
It's like round 30 what we're looking at, like up until round 30? No, it's not. Not past round 30. No, fuck, I will completely disagree with that, because I remember when I had to go to Nuketown round 50, and I had to get the fucking RPD footage, so I had to carry that thing to fucking round 50, and it fucking sucks. I've wasted way too much of my life trying to get to round 50, and I hate myself for it.
Have the hammer, and the hammer
I hate this fucking weapon.
Beats out the RPD.
No, I fucking hate the hammer. Oh my god, I hate this weapon. The recoil unupgraded is just such a turnoff that I don't even bother pack-a-punching it. It's okay upgraded, like it's pretty decent. But if we're looking at both unupgraded versions and upgraded versions combined together to equal like the whole score, this thing should be a lot lower, and I would definitely not put this thing in the top 10, especially above the SVU.
Number 8 spot, we have the M27.
No.
And the thing about this gun is it's only on Nuketown, which really sucks because the M27...
Whoa, hang on. Teacher, I have a question. Are we actually seeing... I just now noticed this. It didn't click with me because I'm so used to watching lists where they actually show the weapons. Are we actually seeing the weapons themselves? Previously, we've only been seeing, like, the HVK and Galil. I guess I started with the RPD or something like that. I don't know why, like, they just clicked in my brain. My brain is not that smart or fast, okay? So it just now clicked, but we're actually seeing the weapons themselves. Wow, look at that. But also, no, the M27 should not be here at all. No. It's weaker. I'm just gonna throw this out there. It's weaker than the AK. It does carry, like, I believe, 90 more shots. But what are we looking at here, man?
But
you
when you
mention high
pack
rounds,
this thing
I'm gonna
and
cry.
you get your headshots, this thing is actually insane. Like, I've been playing games where I would be like on round 37, and this thing would still be mowing down zombies as long as I'm getting headshots. So the M27 is hands down one of my favorite ARs in all of COD Zombies.
I will give it to you. It is pretty good. It's better than the M8A1. But like I said with the RPD, I had to go to round 50 on Nuketown, and it wasn't the first try. I had to do it a lot because I kept fucking dying. And this was back when I was like really into zombies, so like every night I'd try to get to round 50 on Nuketown, and every night I'd fucking fail because I suck. But I had to carry this M27 to round 50 many fucking times. And of course, I'm going to use it occasionally. And I have to say, I was pleasantly not surprised that I didn't want to carry it to round 50 majority of the time. I would much rather have a lot of other weapons. Like, let me just throw this out there. One time I went to round 50, my setup was the Barrett. This was before the Mark II came out. The Barrett and the Executioner. That was my setup. Because they killed things on high rounds, and that's what I needed. The M27 just didn't. Not saying that the Barrett needs to be ahead of this weapon. I'm just saying that the M27 shouldn't be this high up on the list, man. I get it, you love the weapon. But are we looking at your favorites here? Or are we looking at the worst to best? Come on now. Jamal.
In the number 7 spot, we have our final LMG, and that is the MG08. This gun,
love this fucking weapon. This should be the best LMG.
But what makes this amazing, the best LMG within BO2? For me, it's a couple of reasons. The first one is the damage is beastly. Another thing is you can actually get this gun for free, which is always awesome, and free Pack-a-Punch, not non-Pack-a-Punch. And the last thing is the iron sights. I love the iron.
And also, he's probably not going to mention it, but like the bullets ricochet, they go all over your fucking screen. That's a pretty cool effect. And also can injure some more zombies. So the MG08 is definitely, in my opinion, in Black Ops 2, the best LMG. I think in my top 10 LMGs I did, this was number 2 overall. I think it only lost to, actually, I think the Dingo. So the MG08 is definitely, should be pretty much exactly where it is in the top 10. It deserves it. It's fucking good.
Next up, in the number 6 spot, we have the Galil, and the Galil.
I wonder if he has footage for it.
In the number 5 spot, we have the Executioner, and this gun is monstrous within BO2 Zombies. It's kind of like a shotgun pistol hybrid, but it's actually still...
I've said it before, and I've said this about a couple other weapons, but this is basically like a pocket wonder weapon, and what I mean by that is, if you can't get like the Mark II, or you can't get the wonder weapon of the map, and you can get this, get it, Pack-a-Punch it, because this will last you until you can get the wonder weapon. That's how fucking powerful this thing is. It's very, very good. I love the Executioner. It's taken me to round 50 on multiple maps. It should be pretty much exactly where it is. It's fucking amazing.
Shotgun within zombies, and this thing is amazing at clearing out zombies. If you're training and you have a zombie in front of you, this thing is amazing at just one-shotting zombies. And what more do you want from a shotgun within COD Zombies? In the number 4 spot,
I mean, it's a pistol, really, but still pretty fucking good.
We have the greatest wall weapon of all time, and that is the AN-94. This thing,
the SVU is a wall weapon. Just saying.
But damn, this thing's insane. The ammo and
good.
Is
should be in the top 10.
High.
But the SVU is the best weapon, wall weapon, anything.
Down, one of the best ARs in all of COD Zombies.
Can agree with that. Definitely in my top 10 assault rifle videos. I think it was in the top 3 or something like that. I don't remember where I fucking put it. Can't remember off the top of my head. But it definitely should pretty much be in the top 10. It's a great assault rifle. Not much really else to say about it. And it's a wall weapon. You can constantly go back and get more fucking ammo. It's pretty fucking good. Not better than the SVU, but it's still pretty good.
In the number 3 spot, we have the M1911. And even though BO2 doesn't really have PhD, I know that Buried has it in a perk form.
Bullshit.
Origins has it, but the M1911 is not on that map. But even though all of their maps don't have PhD,
I just don't get this. Like I've said it a million times, I don't get the list, man. Are we looking at both weapons? Because you have to deal with the regular M1911 before you get this thing pack-punched. Are we just looking at the weapons themselves? Are we actually looking at like the usability of the weapons? Because I know you kind of mentioned Buried had fucking PhD. Dude, fuck that perma-perk. I don't care what anyone says. You're going to lose that thing so often. Just fuck that perma-perk. So the M1911 isn't something that I would recommend. I think it should probably be in the top 10, but I don't think it should be in the top 3. Top 10, definitely. not the top 3. It's just too dangerous to use at this point, and that's why I kind of stopped using it in Black Ops 2. Black Ops 1 with PhD Flopper, I got it all the time. And Black Ops 2, I get it occasionally, like in some maps you kind of have to get it because you don't really have any other weapons that can do anything. But if we're looking at every single Black Ops 2 weapon, there are some more better ones than the M1911.
In the number 2 spot, we have the Mauser. So the Mauser, in my opinion,
So in my list, I would definitely probably put the Mauser at number 2. I don't agree with his number 1 spot, and I'll get to that here in a second, but the Mauser is fucking amazing. I love this thing so much. It's basically like a Ghetto Mark II. It's really fucking good. If it carried just a little bit more ammo, it would basically be on par with the Mark II, but it doesn't, so that's why I think it kind of loses to the Mark II in a way. But still, this thing is going to be amazing, and I would recommend you pack-a-punch it almost every single game of Origins. That's just how good this thing actually is.
Slightly beats out the M1911 because the Mauser,
no, this thing every time beats out the M1911. Every time.
You pack-a-punch it, it's an absolute monster. It's a laser gun. It insta-kills the Panzer. It's so effective against the zombies. It's hands down one of the best guns in Origins. It's probably the best gun if you don't include the staff, but the Mauser or the boom.
He just said it's the best gun if you don't include the staffs, but yet number 1, I'll get to that here in a second.
So here we are, guys, the number 1 spot, the best box gun in all of BO2 Zombies, in my opinion, goes to the Scar H on Origins. And unfortunately, this gun is only on Origins, but damn is the...
You just said the Mauser was the best gun excluding the staffs. But now you say the Scar. Which is it?
This thing, an absolute monster, non-pack-a-punch. This thing is incredibly powerful. Pack-a-punch, it's even better. On top of that, you get this gun for free by completing the challenges on Origins. So the Scar H, again, I really wish it was on more maps within BO2 because it's so damn good. But hands down, this is one gun I always want to have whenever I play Origins.
I'm gonna make a Fortnite worst to best video. I'm gonna let him finish talking real quick. Maybe we'll learn something new that let me clear up this video a little bit.
For BO3, BO1, or World of War, let me guys know in the
love to see
comments
you do
below.
Black Ops 1,
That,
please.
guys, I'll see
Please
you
do
in the
Black
next
Ops
one.
1.
Peace out.
Oh, no, that's it. Okay. Okay, so that is going to be it for that video. Okay, well, we'll give them props for not, like, spamming like I do. Like, hey, go follow my Patreon on Twitch. Give you props for doing that because I'm a piece of shit. I spam all my stuff at the end of my videos. But yeah, I didn't agree with this list at all. I feel like you kind of went through, and 50% of them you got pretty much exactly where they should be. And then the other 50, you kind of just randomly placed them there. Also, you know, a lot of guns looked like the HVK and the Galil. I don't know what kind of camo you were running, but if you could tell me how to get that, that'd be pretty nice. So yeah, that's really going to be about it. I sentence you to 3 months of Alcoholics Anonymous, and I'm going to prescribe you some Viagra, and you'll be fit as a fiddle here in a little bit. But I also wanted to say that this was not an attack on him as much as many of you guys want it to be. It's not. I don't think I'm better than him, or I don't think my list would be right, or my list would be perfect. I know it would be, because as we all know, my opinion is greater than facts and logic. So just throwing that out there. But in all seriousness, I just thought this video would be a nice, fun little video, poking fun at all the people who just play Fortnite now, and then come back to zombies to see if they can get all those views that they once had. You've just been playing Fortnite a little bit too long, just a little bit. But I still will give you some props because some of these weapons were pretty much dead set on where they should be. So if you have any other videos that you guys want me to take a look at and see what exactly is wrong with it, let me know on Twitter and or on Discord. If you send me pictures of your balls, I'm not going to respond. Please stop doing that. And yes, I am talking to you, Grandpa. It's really fucking weird. Stop that. And if you guys could, please follow me on Twitch, Instagram. All those links will be down below. And also, if you really dislike me, you should become a Patreon supporter. I would really hate that. I would hate so much if you became a Patreon supporter. That would just suck, man. You should totally do that if you hate me. And if you dislike this video, I don't really care. I'm bald, I'm short, my YouTube channel sucks. You really can't do much that's gonna hurt me deep on the inside. So yeah, let's get 1,999 likes, or I'm gonna do nothing. Yeah, I'll show you. I'll sit here and do nothing. That'll show you. So hopefully you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.